Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over the two Elite 8 games for Saturday, March 25th, 2023. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are the games for Saturday in college hoops. First up, let's talk about Florida Atlantic and Kansas State. This one's going to be a 6:09 Eastern start time. It'll be on TBS, and we see right now Kansas State as a 2-point favorite. Total is at 144.5. I got to remind you, this game counts the same as the Mississippi Valley State and Jackson State games that we've been on at the beginning of the season, or Utah Valley and Stephen F. Austin. It may be tempting to go bigger with these standalone national TV games, the Elite Eight, more exciting games to watch. But tread lightly, this for me, this is a card for Saturday that I'm not crazy about. I don't see a ton of value on the board for Saturday's games in the Elite Eight, but in this matchup, I am leaning towards the under. When you got a Florida Atlantic team that defensively has really stepped it up here in the NCAA tournament, giving up only 65, 70, and 55 points in the first three rounds, and against Tennessee, where we saw FAU was a big underdog, about 5 points in that game. The defense really stepped it up in the second half, and really, the defense was strong in the first half. Tennessee was just making a lot of tough shots in that first half, some three-pointers, some fadeaway mid-range jumpers. So in the second half, Tennessee was not getting those shots to fall. They were getting pretty frustrated offensively, and they struggled because of it. And we saw Tennessee only score 28 points in that second half. So, I do think that Florida Atlantic's defense has been good all season. We always talk about the offense because they're a good three-point shooting team. They're a fast-paced team. They're a very deep team that basically everybody on the court can shoot a three-pointer. But the defense is still ranked 29th in the country in adjusted defensive efficiency. And they also really like to slow things down defensively. They're 296th in average possession length. So this is a pretty solid defense. And Kansas State, the same thing goes for them. Kansas State's defense, I thought, was giving Michigan State some tough shots as well. But, Michigan State's a very good shooting team. We saw that in that game, shooting 13 to 25, 52%. The Spartans were from three-point range. They were 82% from the free throw line as well. So I think Kansas State's defense actually sets up pretty well against Florida Atlantic also. And when you have games where you see Kansas State putting up a 98 to 93 final score in the previous round against Michigan State, usually when we see those high-scoring games in the previous round, the next game we can get some value on the under because of just natural odds maker and public overreaction to that high-scoring game. So I think the price is right here on the under in FAU Kansas State. The unders have done pretty well in the tournament overall. Not so much on Thursday. We'll see what happens on Friday and then the final results here. But I'm going to take the under in Florida Atlantic Kansas State. And the second Elite Eight game between Gonzaga and UConn is going to be 8:49 Eastern on TBS. Going to follow up that FAU Kansas State game. And right now we see UConn is a 2-point favorite. Total is at 153.5. Now, for me, college basketball fan-wise and entertainment-wise, this sets up to be a great game. Handicapping-wise, I'm not so sure at the moment, but on the surface, I do like the under in this game. I do think because of both of these teams coming off high-scoring showdowns, we have some value betting that under, which I mentioned is doing pretty well in the tournament thus far. And Gonzaga, the big thing for me is we know Gonzaga is more offense first. This is a team that's ranked 73rd in adjusted defensive efficiency, which is not bad overall, but it's not good for an Elite Eight team. And, I do think that Gonzaga's had its problems defensively. I mean, we saw against UCLA in the first half, they gave up 46 points. But I will say, at halftime, when Gonzaga's down by 13 points, I don't care how good your offense is, you cannot be, you have to sharpen up defensively if you expect to come back in that game, which they did. The defense only gave up 30 points in the second half against UCLA. They forced a lot of tough shots. They forced some mistakes as well from the Bruins. So the adjustments that were made, Gonzaga's defense looked as good as it's ever been in the last decade or so in that second half. So, UCLA was shorthanded. They may have got a little bit fatigued because they didn't have as many personnel as they were used to having, throughout the season. But still, I got to give credit to Gonzaga's defense. I got to give credit to UConn's defense, which has been tenacious this entire tournament, giving up only 63 points to Iona, 55 points to St. Mary's, and 65 points to an Arkansas team that just upset Kansas. I thought Arkansas was going to compete in that game offensively. They did not. It was all UConn from start to finish in that one. UConn likes to slow things down offensively, 237th in average possession length. I think UConn's defense is underrated right now. They're a good defensive rebounding team. They force a lot of tough shots, a good perimeter defense as well. I think we're going to see a very entertaining game, pretty close game as well. And in the end, I think this total is just set a little bit too high. So give me the under 153.5 between UConn and Gonzaga. And that's it. Those are the games for Saturday in the Elite Eight. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.